Hi yogis, I'm excited that you're here. My name is Juliana Arce. I was just asked the question, what are the benefits between Vinyasa versus Yin versus Restorative? And I figured that more than one person has that question, so I wanted to take a moment and go through the different benefits of the different traditions. The first tradition that was mentioned was Vinyasa. Vinyasa is a Sanskrit word that translates literally to careful placement. As you go through a vinyasa practice, we're flowing breath to movement. This is a very yang style of practice. It's hot, it's fast, it's moving, and as you go through this, the primary benefit is you're strengthening the body, you're strengthening your muscles, you're building strength, you're building flexibility, but we do this in a very dynamic way. We're moving breath to movement. You can expect to get sweaty in this practice. You can expect to work really hard to flow and move and to be standing. When we get into yin, the benefits of yin are very different than the benefits of vinyasa. Vinyasa, we're working the superficial parts of the body. We're working through the muscles, strengthening muscles, creating more length within the muscles. When we get into yin, the primary benefit is the physical benefits are creating more space within the plastic parts of the body. Plastic parts of the body are the harder parts of the body, the tendons, the ligaments, the connective tissues, and the fascia. If you're not quite sure what fascia is, it's almost like saran wrap, and it's contained throughout our whole body. It keeps the muscles separated, it keeps the different organs within the body separated. If you have taken an orange apart recently, you peel the orange, you take the outer layer of the orange off, and then you're left with these different segments within the orange. Though the orange is, those segments within the orange is covered in this white, thin, paper-like casing. And that's very similar to what's within our body, that's like fascia. And so when we go through our yin practice, we are helping to smooth the fascia out. Just through our everyday lives, that fascia gets bunched up like saran wrap. And if we go through our yin practice, it'll help to smooth it out, creating more range of motion. We go through yin, we are holding postures for 3 to 5 minutes. Most of the postures are on the mat, so we're either sitting on the mat or lying down onto the mat. You can think of yin as covering the places between the knees and the belly button. So working on the hips and the core, things like that. It's a more passive practice, but it's not quite restorative. The difference between yin and restorative is yin was originally practiced by warriors in China. It comes from China instead of from India. And the practice that these warriors did was to reach optimal health. They were already healthy, they were already vibrant, they were already strong, but they were trying to get that extra edge for battle. So yin wants us to be healthy, and we're striving towards optimal health through our yin practice. And then we have restorative. Restorative and yin are a lot of times used interchangeably, but they're very different practices. Yin is working on the connective tissues, the plastic parts, as I explained earlier. Restorative is under the assumption that you're trying to restore your body. Perhaps you're recovering from cancer, maybe you're an overworked a workaholic, an entrepreneur, your nervous system is just fried for whatever reason, or you're trying to recover physically for a variety of reasons, whether that's a car accident or cancer or whatnot. So restorative, you can be healthy and still practice restorative, but we're trying to restore the body, restore the nervous system. So those are two very distinct differences between yin and restorative. Yin is asking us to be healthy, and we're reaching towards optimal health. Restorative is trying to get us back to health. So those are the difference between the 3 different practices. If you're young and active and you're looking for movement, you're looking to build strength, you're looking for a workout, practice vinyasa. If you have extra energy that you need to burn, practice vinyasa. If you are already doing a lot of physical work, maybe you lift weights, you run, you practice, or you play golf, you're a surfer, practice yin. It's going to help whatever you do outside of in your everyday life. So if you are somebody that surfs or you're somebody that rides bikes, add some yin in there and it will improve whatever you're doing. It doesn't have to be a lot. You can practice for 1 hour a week and see a lot of benefits. One of my past students that would come into yin once a week, he was in his 40s, very fit guy, had been running marathons for most of his life, and started to incorporate yin just once a week consistently for about a year. And he said at 40 he was running better times than he was in his 20s and 30s. The only thing that he changed was adding in yin once a week. So yin just gives us that extra edge to reach optimal health. And if you are just needing some quiet time, needing to recover your nervous system, maybe you have adrenal fatigue, you're exhausted mom, you're exhausted dad, you're just go, go, go all the time, take the time to come into a restorative practice. You'll get emotional benefits as well as mental benefits, and help to just restore the nervous system. I hope that this gives you a little bit of clarity on the different practices, the different styles of yoga. There's a yoga for everybody, so if one doesn't resonate with you, keep trying, keep looking for something that does. You'll not only get benefits while you're in the practice, but those benefits will carry out into your relationship, into your work, and every aspect of your life. Namaste.